Live from KSAT 12, the news at noon starts right now.
It has been a long, wet morning here and around San Antonio. Flooding rain across the city led to road closures, dangerous driving conditions all across Bexar County.
We have crews all over Bexar County this morning checking on the road conditions, the power lines, and the water rescues. Amazing video coming in, this first appearing on TransGuide in the Leon Creek area. You can see all of this water, kind of a whirlpool of some sort, and equipment falling into it, and then it turns into a geyser of some sort. We're going to check in with Max Massey in just a moment to find out what's going on here at Leon Creek.
We also came across a fallen power line, caught a tree on fire on the north side this morning. Our Asian Bermea was at the scene where he captured the line coming down. Road around 9 o'clock this morning, responders were able to get the fire out, and we are told that no one was hurt.
And then over at Scenic Loop Road and Tower View Road over the Helotes Creek, water over the road. It is now stopped. Traffic has stopped from passing that area, obviously creating a transportation mess in the area. We're going to have more on that in just a moment as well.
And also a look at Highway 410 at 151. Under the bridge, you can see a lot of cars just abandoned, a lot of debris around, and that's what happens when this area is inundated with so much rain in a short amount of time.
But the rain, for the most part, has stopped. We're going to take a live look outside with live cam. This area is drying out, but that doesn't mean we're out of danger.
Yeah, we're getting a break in the action, guys. So the rain has stopped. You're exactly right. But what we're still watching is all that water funneling into our creeks and rivers. And one creek in particular we're worried about, you just saw some video there, Leon Creek. And we have flood warnings in effect for Leon Creek. Here's a look. That area shaded in green. That's right along the creek, and that's where we could see some flooding, especially as you get down towards I-35. We were watching video from up here along 90 in Leon Creek. All that water is going to funnel down. And we're expecting a crest this afternoon, 20.6 feet. Midnight Tuesday, it'll start to tonight into tomorrow morning. It will start to recede, but the impact is going to be homes there in Camargo Park between Kelly and I-35. They could see some water if indeed this forecast does come true, where we get levels that high. We've seen Leon Creek really start to rise. We've been watching it on video there around 90, so we know there's a lot of water coming downstream. So yes, the rain is over. Doesn't mean the threat for flooding is over if you live along one of these creeks, or even the San Antonio River, which has seen some rises as of late with all this rain funneling south. Here's a look at some of the observed rainfall, and this is why we saw the flooding this morning. San Antonio, about 1.1 inches, but look what we had around Leon Valley, 9.2 inches over the last 24 hours. That's going to cause some flooding, and a lot of that came very quickly. Again, it will take some time for that water to recede, and if you were in Leon Valley, you go 10 miles down the road to the east, only an inch at the airport. So this was very localized rainfall. At the moment, we are getting to dry out a little bit, but there is some more rain around, and we could see some more this afternoon. We'll have more on that forecast in just a bit, guys.
Thank you so much, Justin. Now, as we were saying, we've been seeing high water all over the place. Roads are closed in some areas.
Yeah, here's Stephen Cavazos with the latest on the road closures and all the traffic that this rain has caused throughout the day.
Been a very busy morning. David, Ursula, we actually have an update here at US 90 at Leon Creek. This is a view right now, but we just checked TxDOT's website. They are reporting that the frontage roads between US 90 eastbound and westbound, that's both ways, are now closed because of that flooding. So you're going to want to use caution and avoid these areas. We actually even saw some vehicles that were pulling over to watch what was going on. It's best just to avoid these spots here, guys, whenever we start having issues. But we still have a little bit of flooding happening here off I-35 southbound right at San Pedro. I'm going to step out of the area to show you a few things over here. Also at Loop 410 eastbound at East Houston Street, we're seeing some crashes still being reported out here. Loop 410 northbound at South Cross Boulevard, another crash reported right over here off 281 southbound at Hildebrand Avenue. We're still keeping a close eye on this crash here off I-10 westbound at Wurzbach Parkway as well. All in all, it's been a very busy morning, but we'll be watching the roads closely and stay with KSAT for the very latest. David, Ursula.
Thank you so much, Stephen. And as he's been saying, all that high water stranding people on the northwest side in both their cars and their homes. Several drivers got stuck in this fast-moving water this morning.
Other people who stayed home found that they weren't necessarily safe. Katrina Weber is live at one of those areas along Heath Road, not far from Grissom. So, Katrina, we understand no one has been able to get in or out of that area.
Well, that has been the case all morning. A lot of water out here. It seems someone did try to get through, though. You can see this car back here, just the top of it sticking out of the water. The water's gone down quite a bit since we've been here. We understand this driver was rescued, but just beyond that car is a neighborhood of homes with people who have been cut off by this high water. We're told even first responders haven't been able to get to them. Firefighters and police have had a busy morning in the area in and around Leon Valley. Many of the calls have been for drivers who either were taken by surprise or took a chance, then got into trouble with the water. The flooding also caused a problem for some who stayed home.
Well, a big old wave came and knocked down my fence over there. As you can see, it's about 120 feet of fence gone. So, and it went all the way into my yard.
Javier Morales has a mess to clean up, but he feels he's lucky compared to some of his neighbors. They're stuck in their homes on Daca View.
Nobody can get back there. It's the water's flooded and the road's flooded up there.
How often does this happen?
It hasn't happened. I've been here like 8 years and it's never happened.
To everyone's surprise, it did happen today. Now it appears some people will be dealing with the after effects for many days to come. Just a little while ago, we did see a boat. It looked like firefighters actually came out here in a boat and took some of the items out of that car, put them on top of there. As for the driver, we understand, according to police, that she was helped out of that vehicle by another driver and that she is safe. Reporting live on the northwest side, Katrina Weber, KSAT 12 News.
Earlier, we showed you a shot from TransGuide of Highway 90 at Leon Creek and the flooding that was going on right there. Well, now we have a shot from our Sky 12 of that area. Do we have that shot?
We're going to take it in just a moment. Max Massey is joining us now at Leon Creek near Highway 90, where that geyser of some sort was occurring. Have we gotten any more answers on that, Max?
Yeah, guys, we are getting a little bit more as we get here. We just spoke to some workers, but first I want to take a look out this. This is supposed to be an access road, but follow me down here. The water not only filling up the road, that's about 500 yards, it's moving up closer and closer to the road. We were actually a couple yards closer where we could stand without the water hitting us, and now look. But as you guys were saying, what looked like geysers earlier, take a look out there. That is actually a cargo container, I'm told, with equipment. Workers here telling me that equipment is now being used for a sewer line project. Can't be used right now, obviously. The whole road is flooded and the cargo ship floating down what should be a road. So take a look at what you guys were referencing earlier. This was TransGuide. This was a scene about 20-30 minutes ago. Apparently that container was connected to pipes that were in the large holes on the screen. The container broke away from the drainage pipes. Then the hole started to fill up, shooting water into the air like a geyser. Now, we're told from TxDOT that this is a city project. Some of the workers here telling me it's a long-form sewer project. They've been working on it for more than a year. Also telling me they don't know how long that they're going to be able to work on it any longer. They tell me this is obviously not going to be a quick fix, and it could delay the project more and more. We're still waiting to hear back from the city of San Antonio. And it's important to mention, kind of what Justin was saying, the National Weather Service says they expect the Leon Creek in this area to crest at just over 20 feet, the highest level since 1991. Guys, this road completely flooded. People were actually able to drive on this at 6 a.m. They tell me the water came and it came fast, flooding the area. Obviously an evolving story, very fluid right now. So any information we get, we're going to keep you posted online and on air. David, Ursula, back to you guys.
Thanks so much, Max. You'll remember a few years ago, 4th of July weekend, we had massive flooding in South Texas, and we thought it was the most unusual thing we'd ever seen in July, and here we are.
I believe it was back in 2002. Justin did a whole thing on it last week when we're getting close to the 4th of July.
Well,
about 9 inches at the airport, all the flooding.
And here we are.
It's kind of familiar.
Again, we're going to check back in with Sky 12, hopefully, and bring you more from that particular area. That geyser is really something to see. And of course, more on air and online at KSAT.com.
Don't know if you noticed, though, but during that video, you could see how that sewer pipe was twisted. Just shows you how powerful that water is, even when it's in Leon Creek. So that tells you everything you need to know about driving through low water crossings and what that water can do. So.
We're asking people not to go sight skiing right now. I know it's not raining anymore, but there is danger out there.
All right, let's get to some other news this morning. Looking at some local stories. 2 teenagers in police custody after they are chased by a father and son on the southeast side of town. San Antonio police say it happened around 10 last night in the 2400 block of McKinley Avenue. Officers tell us an 18 and 15-year-old were breaking into a vehicle when the alarm went off. That's when the owner and his son ran outside, got in the vehicle, and then went after the suspects. Police say as the father and son rounded the corner of Schley Avenue, one of the suspects shot at him. The son was injured, but it's unclear if he was grazed by a bullet or glass from the window. He was taken to BAMC and is expected to be okay. Meanwhile, the suspects were detained by police.
Other big stories happening. Responders still searching through the rubble of that condo collapse in Surfside. How Tropical Storm Elsa is complicating this search now.
Heavy rain this morning, the potential for some more pockets for heavy rain as we get into the afternoon into tomorrow. We're going to detail it all for you coming up.
There's a live look at Sky 12 again, and that is Leon Creek. You can just see how wide that flooding is. Leon Creek goes right under the bridge right there. But with all that rain that we had, what was it, 9 inches in 24 hours? That's what happens with Leon Creek. If you've lived here long enough, you know that Leon Creek is one of the major flooding creeks in and around San Antonio. You can see Max was talking about that construction site where they were putting in that pipe, and there's the there's the backhoe underwater, and that little geyser, that hole in the ground, it's filled with water now. So if you are headed that direction, do not stop and look. Don't stop on the side of the road. Keep driving, and hopefully these waters will start receding, and that water will start going down, and Leon Creek will get back in its banks. But right now, it is overflowing.
Meantime, some other weather troubles over on the East Coast now. Tropical Storm Elsa and the threat for crews in Surfside, Florida, who are still searching for survivors there. 32 people are now confirmed dead and 113 still unaccounted for. ABC's Rita Roy tells us workers are braving tough conditions with the storm's outer bands already affecting the area.
Wind, rain, dust, and debris battering rescue teams in Surfside, Florida, as they try and power through with Tropical Storm Elsa picking up.
These teams continue through extremely adverse and challenging conditions.
Their tireless work all for the families, still waiting for word on their loved ones.
Each day that passes is just more confusing. We have a hope of a miracle for anyone to be found alive right now.
Crews now able to access every corner of debris after the rest of the condo building was demolished on Sunday.
The dangerous situation where debris could fall down is now eliminated, so we're operating at 100%.
Their search strategic and meticulous. Workers pulling more bodies from the rubble and removing 4.8 million pounds of concrete so far. But nearly 2 weeks later, still more than 100 unaccounted for. Ashley Dean praying for her sister, Cassie Stratton, who was on the phone with her husband when the line went dead as the building came crashing down.
I would wait forever to be with you and to reunite with you, and that I'm holding out every bit of hope. I struggle to even grasp the thought of living the rest of my life without her.
Those who made it out alive now trying to rebuild, all of their possessions gone.
I lost everything. I lost everything. The people that survive, we have to start again our life from zero.
Teams like Red Cross and FEMA are helping those surviving families move forward by providing emergency shelter and signing them up for individual assistance. Local officials say they're also working with insurance companies to streamline the process of submitting claims. Rena Roy, ABC News, New York.
Outside with live cam, pretty incredible few days. A lot of rain, and then it just got more and more and more as the days went on, and then that just sat right over Leon Valley and Helotes for hours upon end today.
Yeah, lots of rain out there, and we're still tallying some of those rainfall totals. We're going to have them for you coming up. Also, the aquifer is still rising. Mold, as you might imagine, jumped up to 13,000 today. It's in the very high category. That's not a surprise with all the rain that we've been seeing. And we're going to take a look at the radar coming up, too. There is some more shower and storm activity out there developing. We've got the latest coming up.
Never miss a story. Watch live or when you want. San Antonio's latest news and weather, streaming free on KSAT TV.
Once again, we cannot stress enough how unusual it is in July to have this kind of rain. Normally, we would be very thankful, but it is becoming somewhat of a dangerous situation.
Well, we can't let our guard down. Yes, the rain has stopped, and you would think that would end the cause for concern, but it does not, because these creeks are rising still, especially Leon Creek, and there may be a situation where it could rise close to some homes and things like that. So we got to be really careful here. Here is the flood warning for Leon Creek, and this is going to go through tonight. We're expecting it to crest at 20.6 feet, and that's going to be this afternoon. And what we want to watch is downstream. We've been seeing some of the video here at 90 in Leon Creek and how high that water is. It's all coming downstream. So homes in Camargo Park and between Kelly and I-35, that's an area that is sort of low-lying, could take on some water. If you're in that area, be very careful. This could briefly reach major flood stage, and that would cause some problems there along I-35 and Leon Creek. Other creeks in town also swollen, and so we're watching those very closely as well. So again, the threat as far as rainfall goes is winding down, but these creeks and rivers are still dangerous. And as we look at the observed rainfall over the last 24 hours, 1.11 at the airport. That doesn't seem like much considering some of the other numbers that we've seen. Floresville, only 1/10 of an inch, but you go to western Bexar County, we're talking about 9 inches in the last 24 hours. So that is today, what we saw this morning, on top of yesterday's heavy rainfall that came through that area. And this is the result. Very heavy rain, and we had a lot of flooding issues this morning, a lot of water over roads and things like that. And as we look a little bit closer here, so the interesting fact here, you go 10 miles down the road, we're talking only an inch. 8 inches more 10 miles away. Very localized rainfall. That's kind of the nature of this activity, but it comes down very hard and it results in flooding. Here's a look at the radar right now. Things have quieted down across San Antonio for sure. You'll notice there is still quite a bit of heavy rain down there along the coast, and then around Gonzales we're still seeing some of that activity redeveloping. And this is an area that we want to watch as we go forward in time here, because some of this could work its way towards San Antonio. The atmosphere is pretty worked over, meaning things are more stable than they were. But should this activity work west, we've got to watch it very closely, especially if it falls in those areas that have already seen heavy rain. So we'll be watching the radar all throughout the afternoon. There's a situation right now. Cloudy skies at the airport, 80 degrees, northeasterly winds at about 9 miles per hour. As you might imagine, it's not going to be an overly hot day. Temperatures likely staying in the 80s this afternoon. Some places could even stay in the 70s depending on cloud cover. 74 Comfort, 73 Bernie Stage, 79 Canyon Lake. We're at 83 in New Braunfels. We'll zoom out, 88 Del Rio, 84 in Uvalde. In the forecast for today, we have brought down rain chances a little bit just because, again, I think the atmosphere is pretty worked over. We take it up to about 84, 85 for a high, 40% chance of rain this afternoon. But any rain we do see, again, could cause more problems. Reason for the rain. Got an area of low pressure down here, broad area across South Texas. And I think a lot of the really heavy rain is going to be focused down here along the coast. There's going to be some flood issues there, too. But some of that energy wrapping around towards San Antonio. And I mentioned some of that new development there in Gonzales County. Our computer models do show that by 6 o'clock this evening, we're still dealing with scattered showers and storms. Tonight, things may try to die down at least a little bit. And then tomorrow, more heavy rain. This model indicating some very heavy rain along the coast. Some of that could rotate in tomorrow afternoon. So chances are still there. In fact, our 7-day is littered with rain chances. 40% chance today, we up it to a 60% chance tomorrow, 50% chance Thursday, 40% chance Friday. Rain chances do taper off a little bit as we get into the weekend and early next week. These temperatures, pretty incredible to see mid-80s in early July and this kind of rain, but this is the pattern we're in. Again, I'll stress it one more time. If you're along Leon Creek, please be very careful. Those water levels are rising along with some of those other creeks and the notorious flood spots here in town, guys.
Good advice, Justin. Thank you.
Coming up next in sports, going to take a look at what to expect tonight. Game 1 of the NBA showdown of the finals, Suns and Bucks. Now, this is a good sign if you're a Milwaukee fan. Giannis Antetokounmpo boarding the team charter for Phoenix yesterday. However, as of this morning, listed as doubtful for tonight's game 1 of the finals. Where is he? There he is. He's over there. But he's not going to play tonight. He suffered a hyperextended knee in Game 4 against the Hawks. Hadn't played since, but the Bucks were still able to close out the series without him in 6 games. They had a couple of other big guys step up. Chris Middleton, Drew Holiday combined for 59 points in the closeout game. Middleton had a huge third quarter. He scored 23 of his 32, including 16 in a row. Now Milwaukee is headed to the NBA Finals for the first time since 1974 when they were actually in the Western Conference. That's how long ago that is. They lost that series to the Boston Celtics.
It was awesome. Again, I'm still kind of on this high, but, man, I'm going to the finals. It's just cool to think, again, as a little kid, man, this is what you watch the playoffs for. This is like all the moments that like I felt as a little kid watching TV. I lived them and went through them, and now I get to go to the finals and see what this is about. So, again, man, I'm just like, I'm ecstatic.
At the other end of the court, the Phoenix Suns. They're in the finals for the first time since 1993, looking for their first NBA championship in franchise history. They are 5.5-point favorites in Game 1 at home tonight. One thing these two teams do have in common is that their head coaches are branches of the Greg Popovich coaching tree. Milwaukee's Mike Budenholzer was a top assistant for Pop right for a decade. Suns head coach Monty Williams played for Pop and then worked in the Spurs front office. Now they face off on the biggest stage the NBA has to offer.
Unbelievably grateful for the blessings that I've received as a coach, working with people like Randy, getting to coach the players, moments like this, just out there on the floor talking to a few of the guys. They were like trying to figure out the feelings we were all having. And I remember, being in those moments when I was, in San Antonio. It's hard to describe.
And remember, for you purists, they changed the format. It is now 2-2-1-1-1. So tonight is Game 1. Actually, let's just say tonight, Game 1, 8 o'clock. Then Thursday's Game 2. Then it switches back to Milwaukee for Games 3 and 4 Sunday, and then next Wednesday. And then it goes alternate if they need a Games 5, 6, and 7.
Pro football coverage powered by Davis Law Firm.
The number 1 draft pick in the NFL finally agreed to his first contract. Trevor Lawrence has signed a 5-year contract worth nearly $37 million. Just over $24 million is a signing bonus that will be paid in 15 days. The 5th year is a team option. That's according to ESPN. That means the rookie quarterback is now set to join the Jacksonville Jaguars when they open training camp in 3 weeks. He's expected to be their starting quarterback after going 34-2 while he was at Clemson. And the Dallas Cowboys kick off their training camp in California 2 weeks from today. And over the next couple of weeks, we'll be revealing the top 5 priorities the Cowboys will have as they return to Oxnard following a 6-10 season last year. The health of Dak Prescott, obviously the primary concern as he returns to the field for the first time since that horrific ankle injury against the Giants last October. In just 7 months, he is back after 2 surgeries to repair the compound fracture and dislocation, telling us that he has buried that ankle issue on the weekend of Cinco de Mayo and even asked the media to help put it behind him by stop asking him about it. That said, all eyes will be on the franchise quarterback who signed a record 4-year, $160 million deal. It included a record $66 million signing bonus and an average salary of $40 million a year. The Cowboys report to camp July 20th. KSAT 12 Sports will reporting to camp along with the Cowboys. And the winningest coach in UCLA history, Terry Donahue, has passed away, surrounded by his family. Donahue passed away at his home in Newport Beach following a 2-year battle with cancer, according to the school. Donahue coached the Bruins from 1976 to 95, 98 conference wins, which is still the most in Pac-12 history. He also became the first coach to win bowl games in 7 consecutive seasons, including 3 Rose Bowl victories. He was 77 years old.
Wow. We will be right back with more On Your Weather next.
Welcome back. We're still watching some flooding going on across the city of San Antonio, mainly along Leon Creek. The rain has cleared out a little bit, but we're starting to see some redevelopment here on the radar. So let's take another look at our radar and show you what's going on as far as this redevelopment of showers. And you can see that around Seguin, and this stretches down into parts of Wilson County and also Bexar County. We're starting to see a few light returns show up right there in the southeastern part of the county. And there could be a little bit more developing. Now, thankfully, this is all pretty light. It's nothing like we were seeing this morning, that very heavy rain. But should we see another shield of rain develop, then there could be some problems a little bit later today. We'll certainly keep a close eye on this activity as it does try to work its way off to the west. Let's zoom in a little bit closer here. And we're looking right around Gonzales and then just south of Seguin. That's where we're starting to see some of these downpours move. And again, everything's kind of working its way towards the west. And then eastern parts of Bexar County, light rain there around Elmendorf and Calaveras Lake. This is going to work its way into downtown. So we're not completely done with the rain just yet. And as we get into the afternoon, there could be a little bit more coverage. Very quickly, I do want to pass along the pollen count yet again. Mold, very high, 13,910. It will stay elevated because our rain chances are staying elevated. About a 40% chance this afternoon into this evening. Temperatures topping out in the mid-80s today. Guys?
Thank you so much, Justin. There are still portions of the city now dealing with flooding, even shutting down some roads.
We are checking back in with Max Massey at Leon Creek near Highway 90. So Max to say there are now concerns about this entire area.
That's right, guys. There are new concerns. But before we get to that, take a look. The water coming up so fast. Just 20 minutes ago, we were about 3 yards closer. And you see the water coming up so fast. You can just see the ripples and this water moving. But the big concern that you guys are talking about, the water continuing to rise so high that it reaches the highway, and that can cause major situations for drivers throughout the area. Now, remember how this all happened. We were told that there was no water. There was no water. This is a regular road. We were told there was no water around 6:30 this morning, and then the water started rushing in. Take a look out there. You can actually see that is a cargo container, and we are told by workers here that it is filled with equipment on a project that's been going on for about a year now. It is a sewage project. They are working on both sides of what used to be this access road. They tell me they can't really do much work right now. They are still waiting to see what comes next. We're told there is equipment in there. We are told that this entire area is closed off for the time being. We were told that this could be a SAWS project, still waiting to confirm. We're told that by TxDOT and also workers here. Guys, obviously this is a very fluid situation. We are still waiting to learn what exactly happened here and what could come next. But make sure to stay with us online and on air as that information becomes available. David, Ursula.
Thank you, Max. Meantime, the 4th of July weekend, a busy time for travelers and very frustrating for many of them. The Transportation Security Administration screening more than 10 million travelers from airports on Thursday through Friday. Even though airlines expected the crowds, they got overwhelmed pretty quickly. According to the aviation tracking website FlightAware, about 10,000 flights were delayed or canceled on Thursday. That situation improved over the weekend. About 4,500 flights were delayed on Monday and 220 were canceled. Now to the ongoing effort to vaccinate Americans against COVID-19. President Biden will be meeting with his COVID response team on Tuesday, just as vaccination efforts stall. This as the Delta variant continues to spread among the unvaccinated. ABC's Ike Ejachi is in Washington with more.
The race to vaccinate Americans continuing to hit roadblocks. President Biden walking a fine line between celebrating the progress made in the fight against COVID, yet acknowledging that his July 4th benchmark came up short.
Today, we're closer than ever to declaring our independence from a deadly virus. That's not to say the battle against COVID-19 is over.
Today, the nation coming up 7 million shots short of the president's self-imposed July 4th goal of 70% of adults 18 and older with at least one shot. The Delta variant fueling regional surges in under-vaccinated states. In South Texas, a reported outbreak of more than 125 people from a summer church camp. And in Alabama, 94% of those hospitalized are unvaccinated. Dr. Anthony Fauci saying on Meet the Press, deaths and hospitalizations are preventable.
If you look at the number of deaths, about 99.2% of them are unvaccinated, about 0.8% are vaccinated. It's really sad and tragic that most all of these are avoidable and preventable.
Hospitals in Springfield, Missouri, bringing in extra ventilators from other medical centers.
Now we're seeing numbers higher than we did in the original surge that we saw last year. And so it's really stretching our ability to continue providing care.
A new ABC News Washington Post poll revealing 74% of people not yet vaccinated will probably not or definitely won't get a shot.
If I could send one message, it would be, it's not too late. Get vaccinated.
The White House has already deployed resources and teams to hard-hit areas currently dealing with surges in COVID. The president is expected to address the lagging vaccination rates this afternoon. Ike Ajachi, ABC News, Washington.
Never miss a story. Watch live or when you want. San Antonio's latest news and weather, streaming free on KSAT TV.
This is your daily tech and business briefing from Cheddar News. Airbnb continuing their crackdown on pandemic parties. The company's blocked over 50,000 suspicious bookings across 15 U.S. cities over the last year. That's according to their head of trust and safety communication. The numbers follow a total global ban on parties from Airbnb that was introduced last year. That's to prevent rental properties from becoming alternatives to bars and clubs, all that were forced to close over the pandemic. Meanwhile, TikTok's AI now available on the open market. Parent company ByteDance selling TikTok's technology. That includes their recommendation algorithm, that through their new division, Byte Plus. Customers can also buy real-time effects and computer vision tech along with other features. And Porsche is teaming up with Rimac, that to create a new hypercar manufacturer. The joint venture incorporates Volkswagen's exclusive Bugatti brand. It'll be called Bugatti Rimac. Officials announced on Monday that Bugatti Rimac expects to be established as a hypercar manufacturer in the fourth quarter of this year. Rimac will have a 55% stake in Bugatti Rimac, while Porsche will hold a 45% stake. And that's your Cheddar News Business and Tech Update. I'm Baker Machado coming to you from Cheddar Studios in Lower Manhattan.
Bugatti sounds a little bougie, doesn't it?
I don't know. That's a Justin word. He's taught us that word.
Yeah, he has.
Bet you guys are learning.
Yeah, we're on your dictionary list.
Anyway, here in San Antonio, we've seen anywhere from 1 inch to 9 inches of rain in some cases, resulting in some flooding today, Leon Creek especially. We're now watching some new development. Now, the good news here, this stuff is moving. It's more spotty. It's not one big swath of rain, but we'll keep an eye on it. We're going to watch the radar. We've also got some of those updates on the flood warnings. That's coming up.
We want to take you back out live. Sky 12 now over the scene of a neighborhood, and this is in the Leon Creek area. We had told you earlier that there was flooding in this neighborhood, basically trapping people inside their homes. Now you're getting an aerial view of that.
Yeah, this is in Leon Valley on Dhaka View Street, and you can see the view is flooded.
Yeah, the view, they now have a lakefront view. We don't mean to make light of it, but Leon Creek does flood if it gets a significant amount of rain. It certainly did this morning, last 24 hours, almost 10 inches of rain. And this is the result. You can see a car submerged. There are power outages. There are people trapped in their homes. We don't know how quickly all of this is going to run off to allow these people back onto the roads to get out of their houses. But you can see there's a situation here. I think this is the car that police or a rescue boat, I think Katrina told us, had taken stuff out of the car and put it on top of the roof so it could be saved.
And this is Leon Creek, which means this is the same creek that Max Massey was showing us earlier that flowed to Highway 90. And the water was rising and continues to rise. And they're supposed to reach flood stage this afternoon. And Justin's got all the details for us on that. Justin?
Yeah, so that's upstream, and that's why it's concerning. We know there's a ton of water working its way downstream, and the problem is a lot of that water came at once. We got some very heavy rain this morning. I know we're kind of wearing this graphic out, but I think it's really important to pass this information along. Meteorologist Sarah Spivey's been watching the levels here on Leon Creek, and there is a flood warning here for the creek itself. We expect it to peak at 20.6 feet this afternoon. It will start to recede tonight, so this is going to take some time. And we mentioned some of the impacts here. Some of those homes you're seeing there on Dhaka View now taking on a little bit of water, and those even down near I-35 and where Leon Creek passes I-35, this water will all work in that direction. You saw Max's live shot there where he was talking about the water is still rising a little bit. So that's where our concern lies. And all that heavy rain fell up here, and now it's working down the creeks. And some of the other creeks are flooding too, but I think Leon Creek is sort of our main concern here. In any low water crossing, still, we want to avoid it at this point. Here's a look at the radar, and we see that we are getting some new development. I would say this would be concerning other than it is thankfully moving pretty quickly, and we're not seeing a big conglomeration of showers and storms. Nonetheless, we're going to watch this, and we are starting to see some development right here in San Antonio. Nice little downpour just starting to work into downtown over towards Highland Park, it looks like. Right along 87 there as it runs into, let's see, there on the southeast side, just to the south and east of Breckenridge High School. Little downpour there. That's going to work towards downtown. Another little downpour out towards China Grove. As we zoom out some, there's some activity around Elmendorf, Calaveras Lake, and then back out towards Sutherland Springs, and then up towards the Seguin area, where not as much rain has fallen. So the flood threat for these areas where we're seeing the rain right now is not all that great because the ground isn't saturated. But if we see this sort of conglomerate into something bigger and work its way towards the western part of San Antonio, concerns will rise yet again. And we'll be here to let you know if there are any issues. Let's go outside for you, and we see that we've got some low-hanging clouds there, but no rain at the airport. 80 degrees right now. 79 Kelly, 81 Randolph, and easterly winds at about 5 to 10 miles per hour. Temperatures are sitting in the 70s and 80s. Rain-cooled air. We're not going to see a big warm-up today. Cloud cover will prevent temperatures probably from jumping into the 90s. There could be a few spots, certainly out towards Uvalde, 85 right now. Del Rio's at 88, so we will get to the 90s out west where there is more sun. But here in San Antonio, we're thinking mid-80s, about a 40% chance of rain. The atmosphere is a little worked over right now, but we're already starting to see some of that new development, thanks to an area of low pressure spinning down here across South Texas. And notice how everything's kind of filling in. So we're starting to see some regeneration here with some daytime heating. And I think we're going to see quite a bit of rain, especially south of San Antonio today. Forecast shows that by 6 o'clock we've got a scattering of showers and storms. And tomorrow morning, even during the overnight hours, we're going to have to watch what happens down to the south and east. If we get one of these clusters here, that could put down a ton of rain, and some of that may rotate into the area again tomorrow. So we're still on watch here for the potential for more heavy rain. I do want to talk about Elsa very quickly. We haven't mentioned it yet today. Tropical storm Elsa. Winds at 70 miles per hour. So it's a high-end tropical storm. It is going to affect the west coast of Florida. We think that winds will be at 70 miles per hour by tomorrow morning there along the west coast of Florida, likely bringing a lot of heavy rain and wind, obviously, there, but not affecting us. We're dealing with our own heavy rain and potential for flooding. 40% chance of rain today, 60% tomorrow, 50% Thursday, 40% Friday. So we still have a threat for rain all the way through the end of the work week, even into the weekend, although rain chances do come down a little bit. All eyes, though, on Leon Creek right now, and we'll continue to keep you updated today, guys.
On Almost Basin, we'll have more on that coming up.